Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Thursday, 29th day of September, 26th day of Elul. Here we go. The minimum height for hadassim, they are 3 tvachim. That's their minimum height. A tefach, again, is this, a fist and a thumb, about 4 inches. So the minimum height of a hadas is about 1 foot. Make sure that your hadassim are at least 1 foot tall. They should be mishulash, which means that there's 3 leaves growing at every spot. Wherever there's a bud, 3 leaves come out. Sometimes there's a little bit of imperfection, and you might find a few spots where there aren't 3, or there were 3 but 1 fell off. That's okay, but it should be mostly 3, 3, 3 up and down the whole hadas, if possible. If they're a little bit withered, they're still kosher. So you could make it through the whole sukkahs with one set of hadassim. They could theoretically last that whole time. If you want my personal opinion, there are people who wrap them in wet towels, and there are people who sprinkle water on them and put them in the fridge and all kinds of things. And in my experience, that's not so necessary. You could actually make them go a little brown and make them fall off too fast. I just keep them inside of their plastic lulav bag, and there's a little bit of moisture in them anyway naturally, and that's usually pretty good to protect them all the way. It's best not to use hadassim that have snipped tips at the top. Okay, so if you see that it's snipped off at the top, do not use those hadassim. Aravos also should be 3 tefachim tall. That's 12 inches. Let's just stop for a second and remind you that the hadassim are the things that are going to go on the right of your lulav as it faces you. In the holder, on the right side, 3 hadassim, and 2 aravos are going to go on the left of your lulav as it faces you, and they also go in that holder. Of course, be careful when you put them in the holder that you don't strip off the leaves by jamming it in so tight that the leaves tear off. When you buy your aravos specifically, I'm mentioning it here because in some cities you'll have kids selling aravos like almost the lemonade stand style, on a table, and the kid might have snipped them from somewhere thinking they were aravos and they weren't. Or he may not have had permission to snip them, and then they're stolen, and you're not allowed to use a stolen item for this mitzvah. Or any mitzvah for that matter. So be careful that you're buying your aravos from a reputable dealer. It's not as much of a problem by hadassim because kids are not usually snipping the hadassim themselves from random bushes here and there. So this problem happens with aravos more often when people who didn't know what they were doing snipped like stuff from a weeping willow tree. Looks a little bit like aravos and it isn't. So be careful that you're getting the real deal. Is the main point. Snip tip on a aravah is puzzle. Okay, so don't get any aravos with a snip tip. Sometimes aravos grow very tall, very tall, like 12 feet high. So somebody might want to just snip it. Now he's got a 12-foot aravah. What's he going to do with that? So he'll just cut it into a bunch of parts and say, wow, out of one snip I got myself 6 aravas. Well, that's no good because you need the top part, the part that isn't snipped at the top. All the other parts that were snipped are not good. So from every spot where an aravah grows, you're only going to get one aravah because you can't snip it into several pieces. If your aravah dries out, it's puzzle, it's invalid. And if the majority of the leaves of your aravah fall out, then also they are invalid. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.